Your book. How can ladies, gents, far and wide, acquire your book? Can we download it? Can we buy it?
Absolutely.
Can we find
it's
it on the
available
shelf?
now. It's probably the easiest way for most people now is going through the computer, is going through Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. It's there on all of those sites. Now, digitally, you can download it, and it's something ridiculous, like $2.99. That's cheaper than a coffee from
Definitely.
a local chain.
Exactly. Good for you.
Or a national chain. But $2.99, or there's the paperback as well, and that's available as well from online sources. And we will be having a little, if you're close to Scranton, we will be having a local party on Thursday the 5th.
Oh, great.
So that's really
invited?
exciting. Absolutely,
Oh,
Lisa
marvelous.
Marie.
Thank you so
And
much.
it's going to be at Posh at the Scranton
very
Club.
nice little shout out to our
Boys
local
at Posh.
brethren, yes,
Absolutely.
who transformed a
It's
very
at 5
aging
p.m.
building into a very
Isn't it
lovely
beautiful?
establishment. Very beautiful what
Well,
they've
I
done.
thought it would be just the right. It sort of has that theatrical vibe
Oh,
with
it
the
does.
columns and the colors.
It has a great history,
shows
as
long-
does Scranton.
Yeah.
It really does. Let's go futuristically.
Okay.
Your publisher, who are they, and what do they have in store for you?
Well, my publisher's called Omnific Publishing. They're a mid-sized digital publishing company.
Okay.
Although they do have the paperbacks as well, but the majority of their romance without rules. The majority
I like
of
that.
I know, isn't that catchy?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
The majority of that people download digitally. They actually, when they signed me, they asked for a sequel to Theatrics. So I'm currently
Theatrics, I love that title.
Thank you.
It was a word bandied about in my childhood. Oh, the theatrics. We were both Italian and half English, so we have a lot in common.
Well, it's
passionately
theatrics, but
subdued. That's
there's a K
my
on the
heritage.
end. Oh,
Yes, I know. Very fab. Oh, I just love it. Very catchy.
yeah. Well, it's not that it's anything to do with witchcraft or anything and
No.
tricks that way,
Right.
but it's not all as it seems. You know, the theatre isn't. It's smoke and mirrors. So it's a little
Exactly.
sort of play on that too.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing off the sequel. I have finished it now, but the editing process takes
And where
a
do
little
you
time.
write? At home?
I do
in
mainly
the woods?
Mainly in if
The Eberhardt Museum?
I do. Do they have? If they had a little cafe, I'd be
Wouldn't
there.
that be nice? Let's start
Wouldn't
it.
that be nice?
Yes, let's do that. Let's
Yeah,
start it.
I love just little local shout out Zumos on Marion Street in Scranton.
Very
Love
darling.
that.
Yes.
Love Northern Lights, obviously.
Very cute.
I like
Quaint.
the little local
Right.
cafe store. Cafes.
I said
So, but I'm mostly right at home.
Scranton, Pennsylvania. It's where it's at.
It is the theatrical mecca and literary mecca.
It is. It has a long, illustrious history. We were the home of vaudeville and actually brothels and fighting, wrestling started here. So all kinds of theatrics here.
Funnily enough, when my parents moved to Scranton, they moved here.
What?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
took us.
I know.
I love it.
You know, we're
Building up the
reinvading.
tax base, Mayor.
But when they moved here, they actually bought a house that Jason Miller had bought.
Oh my
And,
goodness! Be still my heart.
So, and when you go
Jason
into
and
the
I were
kitchen,
good
it
friends.
has an autographed playbill of our championship season.
Yes.
Yes. So that's
That
on
was
the
my
wall.
high school
So, oh,
that he wrote
goodness.
about, you know, a time
Yeah.
before me.
Yeah.
But I came back to the area to see part of it being filmed and saw the rest of it in Los Angeles, where I was invited to, surprisingly, his Malibu home. And Jason was one to invite all kinds of Hollywood celebrities, but he looked at me and he said, "You're from Scranton and you're Italian, you know how to cook." I ended up running to the grocery store and cooking pasta for about 300 illustrious guests.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
I
goodness.
said, you know, you can't take the Scranton out of the girl.
That's that Gemini multifaceted.
It is multifaceted and quick on our feet. But I just had to share that little anecdote with you. We miss Jason Miller very, very much. He is a treasure. And you're kind of like a follow-up to that.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That's
Yes,
very
you could
kind of you
take
to
you
say.
know, his place.
Oh.
We do have a lot of writers from the area.
Yeah.
As you know, we are with romance novelist, the lovely blue-eyed lass from Surrey, England, now our own personal treasure, Eleanor Gwyn Jones. Eleanor, your romance novel, You're having a book signing at our local Posh on Thursday evening. Tell me about your publicist, how she arranged all of this, and what she has planned for you.
Well, she's quite the social media guru.
Great.
Is our N. Bocci. She knows a lot of people, and she really wanted me to keep this local.
Okay.
Because she knows that I have such a support system here, and you know, the book is partly set in Scranton, set in Ashted, sorry, and Scranton, and she thought it would be a nice, it would be a nice way to celebrate. So we're having this fabulous cocktails and nibbles in the front fashion lounge at Posh, and it starts at 5, but I'll probably be doing a little reading around 6, and a little toast and thank yous and that kind of thing, and then I'll be signing. There will be books available there to purchase, and I'll be inscribing those.
Are you right-handed or left?
I'm right-handed.
Oh, there you go. So
And I'm going to have to speed up this signature, Lisa Marie, because, you know, there are quite a few names there.
And who was invited?
Everyone who likes to read.
Oh, excellent. Great. So they'll be lined up around the block.
I hope so.
We are illiterate gentry here.
Well, it's getting to those cold months. You don't know if you're going to be snowed in.
No,
At least be
you should
prepared.
be good. You should be
snowed
good.
in with a good book.
Absolutely.
This is what I think
Marvelous.
the new tagline needs to be.
Clever. Now tell me, once the book is launched and Hollywood catches wind of it, and or New York directors, when it turns into cinema for either the big screen or perhaps television, do you have any plans on playing the heroine?
I would absolutely love to. Yeah, I mean, before I started writing the novel, my mum, whose name is Bridget Jones, my mum,
how funny.
I know. My mum was
Never heard of her.
always, you know, really encouraging me to write a screenplay. Her thoughts was that I should adapt one of my favorite novels as a teen, which was Catherine by Anya Seton, and for me to play that role. And but no, I decided to write my own. So I would love to play it, but I am aware that Hollywood often wants a name for something to sell. So I did think long and hard and thought, if I gave up this role to anyone, who would it be? And I don't know if you've seen any of Downton Abbey.
Yes.
But I
Big
think
fan.
Michelle Dockery, who plays Lady Mary Crawley,
Yes.
I think she would be perfect.
You're as
Because
beautiful as she, though.
thank you so much. But, you know, she has the sort of essence of Anna.
She does.
Which is, you know, quite traditional, very strong-minded, strong-willed, and yet still she has that fragility about
Yes.
her.
Are you
And
listening, PBS?
That's what Anna really needs. You know, she's such a dear character.
Or no, what's the equivalent? What's the English equivalent?
Oh, BBC.
BBC, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, forgive me. And PBS.
Although, actually, having said that, BBC usually do the period adaptations.
Yes, they do.
But Downton Abbey's on ITV, so I
ITV.
misspoke, I'm sorry.
Oh, marvelous.
But I would love her to, she would make a good Anna. As for the chaps, because there are really 2 chaps in this love triangle, and I thought long and hard about this.
Okay, drum roll.
Who I would want to play, you know, against.
Listen,
or
laddies.
who Michelle would play with. And I think definitely for the American hero, he needs to be, he's sort of the strong, strapping, silent type. And he's
Every
sort of,
woman's dream.
he's American boy made good, you know?
Marvelous.
And I would really like Ben Affleck for that role.
He's a love, isn't he? He's, yes, he's sexy yet down to earth.
He really is.
He's an East Coast boy.
Man of the people. I like him, and he's big and burly, and he looks great with his shirt off. So I
think you two would make a marvelous pair. So we're going to talk all about casting when we take the book to Hollywood, and they should see you first. Definitely.
Fabulous. Thank you, Lisa Marie.
We are having such a good time with this wonderful romance novelist who now lives amongst us in our humble area. We are the Electric City, and she is electrifying. We are so proud of her. It is no easy feat to get something published, as we know. So, there you have it, the Posh on Thursday evening. The dates will be there before your screen. We'd like Eleanor to tell us how you can download your book. And maybe before we check out, you could tell us how that is done again?
Absolutely. There are many different ways on the internet. Probably now if you even put in Google, if you put my name and theatrics with a K on the end, you'd probably get there. But all the normal routes, go to Amazon.com, put in Eleanor Gwyn Jones or theatrics. If you go to Goodreads, it's on there already, listed on there. It's on the B&N, Barnes & Noble website. Also through Omnific Publishing. You can go straight to Omnific Publishing, my
Okay.
publishers,
Marvelous.
who have been wonderful to me.
Brilliant.
And they will, you can buy it from there as well, download or get the paperback version, or simply come to Posh. I also have a website, so there will be a
Yes, we'll
link
put that
to
on our screen.
Omnific on my website.
Keep flashing it, Regina. A little shout out to our wonderful producer and editor, Regina Lanzo.
Absolutely. And of course, people can always communicate with me via Twitter. I'm at Eleanor.
Twitter. I love the way she says that.
I'm at Eleanor GJ. Do you tweet?
Not as yet, Eleanor, but I have to tell you, on my beautiful country estate, I feed every feathered creature that God provided on us, for us. So I hear the real thing. But one day I'll tweet.
Well, it's a lot of good fun, but it's a great way for me to interact with people who I don't get the chance to
Well,
meet,
maybe you could teach
know?
me how to tweet.
Absolutely, I can show you how to tweet.
Okay, great.
But I'm at Eleanor GJ, and
Once
how
again?
else? Eleanor, that's ELEANORGJ.
Okay.
And there's also a Facebook fan page for Eleanor Gwyn Jones too. So if anyone wants to correspond or has any feedback, then
Marvelous.
feel free. There are so many ways to get in touch, and they surely
Please do. Please try to reach out to our own novelist, full of romance herself. Are you single?
can. Not currently.
Okay, well, we'll just wait and see. I'd love to go to that wedding. My home does make a lovely wedding setting. Anyway, we have learned that our guest today, Eleanor Gwyn Jones, has an illustrious history. She has a marvelous and brilliant future ahead of her. And as we say here at Northeast Current, you do just that. Stay current. I'm your host, Lisa Marie Gurley, and we've had a great fun of it today. Thank you, and join us again. See you soon.